All right, class, we started with the Native Americans. Yesterday we talked about the Latinos and their contributions, and today we're going to move on to more Europeans come to America. If you're looking for it online, you have to go to Clever first, then you have to go to TCI, and then it'll be Lesson 3. I call it Chapter 3, they call it Lesson 3. We're on page 44 and 45 today. More Europeans come to America. The Spanish were the first Europeans to colonize North America, but other Europeans soon followed. The French started a colony in Canada. The Russians began a colony in Alaska. The Dutch built a colony in what is now New York. Settlers from England began colonies on the eastern shore of North America. Between 1607 and 1733, the English built 13 colonies in America. These colonies hugged the Atlantic coast from Maine to Georgia. The 13 English colonies attracted settlers from many parts of Europe. Many of these people were poor and came to find land or work. So I don't have any work, so I come to America. Now some people still come to America for work. Others were searching for freedom to follow their religion or to gain wealth. Guess what? We still love living in America because we get to worship our true God. All hope to start new lives in the new land. In 1776, the 13 English colonies broke away from England. Together, they formed a new nation called the United States of America. The new nation continued to welcome immigrants from Europe. An immigrant is a person who comes to some other place to live in a country. European Americans are immigrants from Europe or descendants from European immigrants. So immigrant, someone who comes from another place to live in our country. At first, most of the immigrants came from Western Europe. Later, others came from Eastern and Southern Europe. Each group added to Americans' diversity or mix of people. So that's the definition of diversity. You see the little comma there and the or? That means, look, here's where we're going to get our definition. So diversity means a mix of people, different types of people. The contributions of the European Americans. European Americans have played a large part in shaping American life. One significant contribution is the English language. Americans speak English today in part because so many English colonists settled in the English colonies. By contrast, few French colonies settled in Canada. When the British won the French and Indian War in 1763, it meant that English became the primary language spoken in the North American colonies. European Americans also contribute to the creation of the American government. They brought ideas from democracy, which is its root in government of ancient Greek and Rome. Late in the year, we'll have a reading story about this where we'll touch where some of our ideas of democracy came from. The colonists from Europe eventually tired of being told what to do by the English king. They wanted to govern, here comes the definition, comma, or rule themselves. The colonists decided to fight for their freedom. The King of England did not want to give the American colonists this freedom. Now, there was a lot that went into this war, but the king was getting rich off the American colonies, and so he did not want them to be their own country and make all the money for themselves. He wanted to become rich off of their work. American colonists wanted to give America the outfit. He sent troops to America to keep the colonies under control. The war they fought was known as the American Revolution. There are many other contributions that European Americans have made to American life. A number of European Americans were also inventors. They invented things including the telephone, the radio, and the electric lights. These inventions have shaped the way Americans live today. What other contributions have European Americans made to American life? All right, so let's take a look at where these people come from. Largest European American populations, Germans. I know you guys are going to probably laugh, but my ancestors are Germans. Yeah, I can actually speak a little German. Guten Tag, wie heißt du? That means good day, how are you? Guten Tag, wie heißt du? Ich habe, good. Gut, I am good. Okay, so how are you? And I am good. That's what I said to you in German. All right, others came from Ireland. My mom's side of the family are actually Irish. Her maiden name was Gilmore, and from the old Irish, it was Gillymore. And then you got the English, and then you got the Italians, and then you even had some people that came from Poland. All right, guys, let's take a look at our assignments. Now, remember, your assignment should have been put, after you finished yesterday, you should have put it into your Wednesday folder. If not, go find it in your Tuesday folder. When we're done with it today, you can put it in your Wednesday folder for it to be corrected and get your grade. Simple sketch represents this group's settlement experience. And these settlers all came by boat. So I'm going to do the United States here. There was Texas, and there's Florida, and this is the East Coast. This is where they would have settled out here in the United States of America here. So I'm going to put arrows coming from different places to represent different places in Europe where they came from. And then I'm going to write on here, East Coast. And I'm going to put 13 colonies. That's how many different colonies there were. All right, write one sentence to describe this group's settlement experiments. Europeans came from Europe and settled on the East Coast of America. And then look at the collage, write the letters of this group's contribution. All right, so I'm going back to my Monday folder, and I have it right in there. Nothing about trains and nothing about music, which would lead us to government. And remember, they were the first ones that brought this democracy to us. So I'm going to take C on that one. All right, guys, you can leave it in your Wednesday folder now that you're finished. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.